Hello guys and welcome. My name is Kofi. Thanks for joining me once again in this episode. And today I have with me a very special guest here in Koforidua. He's, I think, the Koforidua photography champion. And so I want to have a conversation with him and then get to understand how he started, his background, his journey all the way into becoming a photographer and, share his experience with us. Okay, welcome back. So, here with me is, we call him BKay, but I'll let him do the introduction himself. Thanks for joining me today. A la Starboy.
Yeah. You like saying this Starboy thing?
Yes, because you're a Starboy, or you are. Anyway, so tell us a bit about yourself, your name, your background, your schooling, because we're going to dive into your journey into photography.
Okay.
How you're able to get all the clients here in Koforidua and
Really? All the clients here in Koforidua.
yeah. So anyway, what's your name?
All right. So I'm called Osman Isaka, and my brand name is BKay. I'm the lead creative from BKay Photos or BKay Studios. Now
Okay.
our studios is open. So, and yeah, I'm from a computer background. I attended Koforidua Technical University. I did computer science and networking.
Okay.
But I find myself to be in photography and this
Okay.
creative space, and I'm loving it. So
We definitely know you are loving it
Yeah, I'm
because.
loving
But then stepping back a bit,
Yeah.
you were born in Koforidua here.
Yes, I was born in Koforidua here.
And that means you are primarily like
Koforidua is
bred and raised
yes,
in Koforidua.
Koforidua is here is where I went for my tertiary, my university.
And you did your primary and
I
your
did
high
my
school
primary and high school in Eastern Region, but not in Koforidua.
in Koforidua. Okay.
I did my high school in Begropesek.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've spent most of my
And
life
what did you study at Begropesek?
I did business.
Okay.
Yes, I did business in Begropesek.
I think I didn't know that. You did business.
Yeah, I did
see.
business. I did business
And
in Begropesek.
would you consider yourself like you were a good student?
Back in school, I was an average student. I was not. I am the student who will not fail, but who will not also top the class.
Okay, so you made sure say you existed,
Yes.
but they're not.
Yes, and it's probably because I didn't pay much attention to what I was learning back in school.
Okay.
I have my passion was into visuals and
The creative
the
side of
creative
things.
side. Yes,
Okay.
and I think that is the reason why if I had much love for business, I would probably be at probably top 5 because
Okay.
I am somebody who I would consider myself to be a go-getter when it comes to achieving stuff. So
And then you also did your primary education here in Koforidua.
yes,
as well.
in Koforidua,
Okay.
Antigateko.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Koforidua is all you've known all your life.
Yes.
How do you think of the township?
Oh, Koforidua is nice.
compared to back in the day when you were growing up to now, what are some of the changes you've seen so far?
I think there has been a lot of changes, not infrastructure-wise, but the people.
Okay.
People have moved from different places to Koforidua here, and the place has expanded. It has expanded because now you meet people and then you've never seen them in your life. Of course, the place is big, so you should expect that. But what I'm trying to say is that it has enlarged. The place has now become bigger. Back then, we didn't have Trum, we didn't have Okrasi, Junction 1, 2. We didn't have all
the
that.
place is expanding.
Yes, it's expanding. It's really expanding at
which means more market for you to do your photography. We will get to the photography side very soon. Anyway, so you in tertiary you did in high school you did business.
Yes, I did business.
But then in tertiary did you continue with the business or
no? I did computer science and networking
in tertiary.
In tertiary.
And why the change?
As because I also have love for computer stuffs.
Okay.
I am somebody who want to know what is working in that machine.
Okay.
That is making a lot of money for a lot of people. So, but it wasn't about the money initially. I was really into the idea that you can actually create something and the whole world will see with the help of the internet.
Yeah.
And that was amazing to me. So I sat behind the machine and I was known in a lot of places.
Yeah.
But the people that I woke up in the same building with didn't know me. That is funny, right? Yes,
Yeah.
but that is the power of the internet. And I fell in love with that. And I wanted to to make an impact. I wanted to make an impact with the internet. And I'm glad that finally we are doing what we can.
And you are doing great, actually.
Thank you.
So in tertiary, when you were in tertiary, you're doing computer science.
Yeah.
You did business in high school.
Yeah.
Did computer science in tertiary.
Yes.
But now you are the top photographer here in Koforidua. So walk us through the entire journey and how the whole process came about, because that's such a jump in different professions.
Yes.
From business to computer science to photography.
All right. So with the business, whilst I was in JHS, getting to move to high school, I had a teacher who I admire a lot, and he mentioned that he did business in school. And looking at him at that point, I felt like this is somebody I want my life. This is somebody that I want to take a couple of things to help model my life.
Okay.
So he doing business, or he going through business in high school, I felt like I could do that because I didn't have, my mom and dad were not people who have been in high school.
Yeah.
So I needed somebody to help mentor me, and I could have gone to him, but when he said that in class, whilst I was choosing the school and the courses I would do, I was like, let me take this man's approach or path and let me see what happens.
And did you enjoy doing the business?
That is what I'm saying. It was not my passion.
Okay.
So I struggled a little bit because with people that are into art, you find it difficult to work with figures.
Yes.
When you are into art, it's difficult.
Really
difficult. And I struggled a little bit, but it came out, and now I'm using it. So I'm really glad for myself. I'm really glad that I did business in SHS, because now I know I even though I pay people to do my books for me, but I can know what is going on. I know what is debit. I know what is credit. I know what is asset. I know what is fixed asset. I know liability. I know all these things. And
so that background actually comes in handy.
Yes. Okay. Yes, because one of the most important things for artists is for you to pay much attention to the business side of things.
Yes.
So it really helped me.
So in tertiary, you're doing computer science.
Yes.
At what point do you go like, I need to throw in photography? Okay. And where did the interest for photography come from?
All right. So as I mentioned earlier, I fell in love. I was already in love with the fact that you can do something and the whole world will get to see with the help of the internet. But with my visuals, with my visual passion, I was, let me say, I was into art.
Yeah.
Back in JHS, I was one of the few students who could really draw. And back then, teachers would call me to come and draw, sewing machines, lizards, and on the blackboard for JHS 1 to JHS 2 and JHS 3. I was in JHS 1, but I was drawing for JHS 3 classes.
Okay.
And that was how good I was. And everybody knew me to be good with art. Unfortunately, I didn't do that I should have done that.
Yeah, so...
But I'm still glad that I did business.
You were studying business, but then doing visual-related artwork for...
Yes, and even in SHS, I was doing assignments for my school fathers and friends because they were also into... my school father was actually offering visual art.
You have some of those artworks still available? We would like to show it on screen for anyone listening or watching.
Well, I don't have the ones I did in
high school
because they didn't allow us to use phones back then.
Okay, yes, makes sense.
Yes, but now I think I have the ones that I did out after high school.
Okay, yes, we would definitely like to show some of them on screen.
Yes. Anyway. Good. So that was where the transition happened.
Yeah,
I was into graphic designing. I did a couple of posters and flyers and for clients, and then I was like, let me start with digital painting.
Yes.
So into the digital painting, I realized that people send their family photographs to you for you to paint for them.
Yes.
And sometimes when they send it to you, the picture is pixelated. Like you cannot.
It's not the best.
It's not the best. Sometimes, but they
are happy about.
Yes. It's not now that we have AI that we can upscale things up.
Yes.
Back then we didn't know all these things. So we didn't have all these things. So when they send me the photographs, and I'll be like, bro, this your photograph is like
I can't even see
a
the
century old. I cannot see anything. They will be like, this is my grandmom, so I want to
Yeah.
and we don't have any photograph of them. And I'm like, okay, then maybe I should learn photography. So when I learned the photography and a client books me and he sends me a photograph of a self, then I cannot identify. I can just take my camera and then go to the person, take
the
photo,
picture yourself
and come and
have it the quality you want.
and then come and paint it. So I took a year out of my career to study photography.
And that was whilst you were still in tertiary.
Yes,
Okay.
that was one.
So during your tertiary course,
yeah, I think that happened in first year.
That was way early in your.
Yes, because I was already into graphic design before getting into the tertiary space.
Okay.
Yes, so and then I was like, let me get a camera and all that, and then it was difficult because
what was your first camera?
Canon 600D T3.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Some of the OGs.
Yes. I still love that camera.
I don't know if you still have it around.
Oh, I gave it out to my student.
Okay.
My student.
Sure.
So yeah, I had to get a camera for myself, and it wasn't easy. It was difficult, but with a little help from family, and I got my first camera, and then and I also did a couple of classes on campus, graphic design, teaching them here and there. I even had lecturers and administrators learning graphic design from me, because most of them were also into YouTube and they wanted to learn these things, and then I taught them, and then I got paid, and then that also helped me to buy my first camera.
Okay. I think that explains the drive behind what you've been doing so far, because a lot of people have bet on you, and so any failure on your part is not just failing yourself, but then the people who also invested in you.
And what even inspired me more is they didn't want me to become a photographer. My dad wanted me to become a computer scientist and all that. But the fact that I wanted something, and then I'm his son, and he don't know, he does not know anything in respect to photography
and all of that.
Yes, and the respect we give to photographers is not much.
Of course.
And he does not want his son to become a photographer. He wants his son to become, you know how we look at things
a scientist, a computer, yes.
So, but he was like, you let me give it to this guy
and see what happens.
Yes, because he's passionate about it. Let me just see.
Yeah.
And my brother didn't even ask me when I'm going to pay the money back or anything like that. He also believed in me. My mom believed in me. I think my mom spent his money. He was into clothing back then. So he gave me 300 cedis to go and buy a VGA card so that I can install Lightroom and Photoshop on. And 300 cedis. I think he was selling some of the clothes around 50 cedis. So or 25 cedis a yard.
That's
so imagine,
huge amount to pull out.
Yes.
So you basically had your family supporting you.
Yes.
Although
they didn't know what I was heading towards. They were there to support me.
That's a big shout out to the Osmanu family. Isaka family, yes. For being there for their son and then supporting him. Because I think that support drove you to that ambition where you are like, if every one of these people are willing to bet on my crazy idea,
then I can't fail.
Failure is not an option, because
I have to make sure that
if you fail, you are not just failing for yourself. You are failing a lot of people who also invested in you. And the financial support was it's good, but then the kind of belief they had in whatever direction we were going was.
And I up to date.
And I think some people would love to have had this opportunity.
Yes, I know that what I had from my family and what I still have from my family. Up to date, my mom calls me and you'll be like, are you traveling? And I'll be like, yeah, I have a gig this weekend. You'll be like, are your clothes ready? Are they iron? You understand?
That's fascinating.
Yes, because I'm not married. So my mom try. Yes, my mom try as much as possible.
Oh, but the marriage will happen soon.
I'm ready.
Anyway,
I'm ready.
That was really an exciting background story, and I think I understand the drive behind you and how you are now successful here in Koforidua. I have this philosophical question, and you can explain it in how you understand it. It's about a photograph.
Okay.
When you take a picture, at which point does it become a different image?
We had photo manipulation.
Yes.
Back then, we used
So
photo manipulation.
how much does someone have to manipulate a photo for it to start entering into the fake realm?
I think there's a blur line there because the moment you start even taking away blemishes from a person's face,
Yeah,
you have already edited.
exactly.
So I think there is when you take a photograph, there are elements in the photograph that contributes to make a whole photograph. So, for example, if you are changing the sky is a major element in the photograph.
Yes.
That is obviously seen.
Yes.
So you have altered the photograph.
Yes.
If you are taking a dog out of the photograph,
Yeah.
digitally you have altered the image.
Okay. Well, yes.
So I would say that they are, for example, if you are a nature photographer and you are taking a photograph of maybe a bird flying and the bird is in the air and probably there was a tree branch crossing them and you got the shot, but probably the foreground there was a tree that's
crossing
the subject, and then you take it out. At the end of the day, you bring it out as was how you shot it.
Yes.
We will accept it.
Yes.
But we know for a fact that there is a little Photoshop.
But that's the funny thing. Nobody was there when you took the picture. So nobody would even know.
So you see, as an artist, you have to be true to yourself.
Yeah.
That is where the inspiration comes from. When you are true to yourself, you get the better image. For example, if you take a photograph and it's not nice, it is not nice as an artist.
You would hunt for a better one instead of
don't
trying
try
to
and
manipulate it.
When you look at it this way, it's nice. No, as
Yeah.
an artist, you have to know your truth.
Yeah.
And that is what I believe in. And that is what has helped me to be able to get to this particular point that I am now. You have to be judgmental about your work.
Okay.
You have to be, when I'm scrolling online and I see a photograph and I don't like. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's an art. So probably the person is also trying to. I respect that as an artist, that inspiration comes from different.
But then a picture not being nice is not nice to me.
It's not nice to me.
Yeah.
Because I know where I'm heading towards, and this will not.
And I think I had a similar experience recently. I took a photo that I didn't like myself. The photo was not good. And I think I could have taken the shot in a better lighting angle and all
and you
of
know that.
I personally knew that.
Yeah.
But then I posted it in the group and people were coming up with all sort of ways to massage the image to try to make it look good.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, the fundamental image is even broken.
Yes.
Like it's not good.
Yes.
So what exactly are you people
And that is one thing that I teach my students is it does not matter if I was the one who took the shot.
Yeah.
If it's not nice, boss, this image is not nice.
Go and take a better one.
Yes.
In my case, that was the lesson I took in the sense that if I'm to get in a scenario like that, I would know how to take the shot in a better way, not to repeat that mistake.
Exactly.
Rather than trying to use editing to
There is this photography quote, I have forgotten the person who said it, that your first 10,000 images are going to be your worst.
Yes, and usually it is, in the sense that you learn a lot from the first
10,000 images.
And 10,000 is a lot.
It's a lot of images.
Which means you need to get out there and then start shooting.
And shoot.
Yeah, that's
so AI is here to stay and we should embrace it. And we should actually, as photographers, we should find a way to adapt it. And I follow a lot of guys who are into AI, who are trying to use this mid journey to create story. You know, I'm into conceptual photography as well.
Yes,
so
you have a lot of shots, and I think I would have to put some of them on the screen. You've been doing that.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of them, really enjoy them.
Thank you.
They are amazing.
Thank you. And when mid journey came out, I was like, bro, like, are they trying to take this conceptual away from me or what? But no. I changed my perspective quickly and I realized that I can actually generate a couple of shots, add them together, a couple of prompts, add them together, and then bring a masterpiece out there. And if I want it to be natural, you can go out there and then shoot it. Yeah. You understand? So you cannot fight it. You cannot fight the wind. Yeah. It's now everywhere.
It's just a matter of embracing it.
Yes.
So in getting clients, what has been some of your challenges here in the Koforidua job market? Because Koforidua here is not like Accra, so we don't always have it roses here in terms of clients. And
when it comes to clients, It's getting clients is business. It's strictly
Yeah.
business. So
And you already have a background in that.
business. And what I know for a fact is that the market wants value. You understand? So if you give them value, you will definitely get them. Because if you supply them with value, there's going to be demand and all that.
Yes.
And with photography, I'm now in a position where people don't book me because my pictures are nice. They book me because
They like you.
they can afford me.
Okay. They can afford you. Okay.
You understand? So I'm way past the point where he's a good photographer. No. They can book anybody else. But if they have more cash,
There are
they will
plenty
call me.
good photographers. So
Yes, but if they have cash, they can afford me, then they will book me.
because it's more of who they are booking and less of just looking for.
Yes, because when I take them the photograph and people see the logo on, they'll be like, "You booked BKay?" Oh,
That's the reputation attached to it.
Exactly.
More like branding.
yes. So me getting clients now is kind of was not easy back then, but now I think
Yeah.
I have actually positioned myself. In the beginning, I basically let the clients know what I could do, or let the
Yes.
people know what I could do. I started with a conceptual. They didn't understand what I was doing, but I was trying to let them know I am a photographer and I am creative and I
Yeah.
am skillful.
Yes.
And I was sending them these photographs to their DMs for free. I was not
okay.
charging them anything. I was not doing any art sales in the beginning. So you'll be there and then I'll send you a concept that you can relate to. Instead of you going to the gallery to have a look at it, I will send you and you look at it and you're like, with a nice caption that explains the photograph. And then so they were sharing it. People actually sent me message, please add me to your broadcast list so that I can get to see your daily post and on. So I did that for almost 3 years.
Okay.
And now everybody understood that I am a creative photographer.
Yeah.
You understand? Good. So after that, and now, if they want a wedding photographer, they are like, if this guy can actually bring an idea
Into life.
to life like this, then my wedding is nothing difficult for him to cover.
If you have any advice for anyone starting photography today, what would it be?
Starts now.
Yeah.
Don't be overwhelmed with the prices of the gadget because it's only going to get higher. Of course, you don't make them. These materials that they use for these gadgets are expensive.
Yeah.
But if you start early, you can buy any gadget you want to buy.
Okay.
But if you are there and you are contemplating on the fact that this gadget is expensive, this is this, and I cannot do that, I'm not like BKay, I'm not like Kofi,
Yeah.
then you are just wasting your time. Start now. If you are watching this conversation, if you are watching this podcast, don't even continue. Stand up and go and shoot. Go and shoot, because that is the only thing that is going to make you the better photographer that you want to be.
Yeah.
You understand? You can say, you know me, I don't leave my studio.
Yeah.
I only leave my studio when it's either I'm going home or I am going for a program.
Yeah.
After the program, I come back to the studio, work on the photographs. I've been doing this for a very long time. Like that. That is my in the simplest way, that is my life. So if I started way back and you want to become close to, or you want to become like me, or even become more than me, then you know what you have to do.
Yeah.
You have
Put
to
in
do
the work.
extra
Yes.
work that I'm even doing. And look at me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop
Stop
anytime.
now. So whoever wants to catch up will have to do.
You have to start as soon as possible.
Yes.
There are a lot of, of course, you are in the beginning, you are not going to get it easy. But now there's a lot of materials online that you can absorb as soon as possible, and then you will make your journey a little more easy.
Well, that's actually true.
Yeah.
Do you mean currently what are the next steps for BKay photography here in Koforidua? Do you want to hijack all of us? Do you want to send us all out of business, or what is the?
That is no point. I actually want you guys in business so that they can notice me.
So what should we
so that they can notice me. That is so cocky.
What should we look forward to from BKay photography or BKay studios? What are some of the projects you're working on that you can talk about? I know of your podcast, so I've been on your podcast already,
you have.
and I know of your DJ
party, the BKay Studio.
BKay Studios,
so
yeah. So
basically,
walk us through some of your projects you're working
initially it was BKay Photos.
and also your recent documentary.
It was BKay Photos, but we are into. I've now expanded
into
BKay
videography as well.
Yes,
So
yes, and BKay Studio. So now the photos is in the studios.
studio part. Okay.
Yes, and we are doing documentary. We are doing a little bit of cinema. We are about to bring our first movie out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we are going into the movie space, and of course, you mentioned the podcast as well.
Yeah.
So we are doing podcast. We are doing the movie. We are doing documentary that speaks on important
social
issues. We did one with disability people.
Yeah.
We did one with mental
Yes,
illness.
I remember the mental health one,
Yes.
and recently saw the disability one.
So basically, that is what we are trying to do. We are trying to use visuals to speak on important and present issues here.
If people want to get to see the content you create, where do they find you online? How do they come across your content?
BKay Studios and BKay Photos.
Okay.
On all social media.
All social media. Okay.
Facebook, TikTok,
Instagram,
YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
The BKay is BKay. Okay. Studios, photos.
Yes.
They
BKay
can find
Studios
all of
and
that.
Photos.
Thank you very much, BKay, for blessing us with
Really
your presence and then telling us about your story. We'll definitely come back and then have a chit chat someday in the near future about the progress of photography.
We will be very happy.
Yeah.
To have you.
Thank you, and thanks for joining us. To all the viewers, thank you for joining us, and we hope to talk to you in the next one. Bye.